Hi there. Today I'm going to be reading to you a rather strange news article I came across on the Feminist News Facebook page. But before I do, I want to cover a few other things. Let's start with what happened yesterday when I posted that I'm proud to be white picture and the white enthusiast picture on my local page. Nothing happened. Okay, that's not entirely true. I had some commie chick leave a laugh emoji on the white enthusiast picture, and that's about it. And going forward, nothing is going to happen because a few hours after I posted that, the commie moderators of my local page decided to disable the comments. And their excuse was it no longer pertains to local issues. Okay. Funny because the conversation that was going on the entire time in the comment section had nothing to do with local issues. The majority of it was a bunch of liberal white women talking about how ashamed they were to be white and how they shouldn't be proud to be white. No white people should be proud. The only people that should be proud are people that are black or brown or yellow or pink with fucking purple polka dots or gay, because those are the people that should be proud. And I think enough white people got sick of it and they started saying, hey, what about us? Why are we racist if we're proud of who we are? And after enough white people started doing that, the moderators got pissed because they didn't have an argument, so they did what people who don't have the ability to argue do, and that is they disabled the comments so no one can talk amongst themselves anymore. Now let's talk about that laugh emoji I got. I got a laugh emoji from a commie chick on the white enthusiast picture. And I'm willing to bet my house she didn't leave that emoji on there because she thought it was funny. Oh no. You see, women, when they can't, come up with a good argument for something that you post, whether it be a statement, a meme, or a photo, they leave a laugh emoji. Keith pointed this out to me about a week and a half ago, and I'll tell you what, that was one keen observation. And he's right, because I've been paying attention to that a lot lately. And it's true. When women can't argue a point, they simply leave a laugh emoji and go on their way. It's ridiculous. All right. I got to talk about freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences, because I see that floating around the internet constantly, and I've seen it for a long time. So I'm just going to go ahead and address it. I actually wrote a comment about it yesterday, but I'm just going to say it verbally on the record right now. My opinion of this. Saying that freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequence, in my opinion, is a fucking cop-out used by people who want to silence others because they don't like what they have to say. Okay? Actions have consequences. If I deliberately destroy your property, if I hold you against your will, if I physically harm you, there will be consequences. If I am in a relationship with you, be it intimate or familial or a friendship, and I say something directly to you that hurts you, yes, there could be consequences. And there probably should be consequences. But if these are people that you don't know and have no relations with, you have no fucking business persona non gratiing them because you don't like what they have to say. Sticks and stones, we are all adults here, and it's about fucking time people start acting like it. Hiding behind the there's freedom of speech, but there shouldn't be, or there is no freedom of consequence, is for cowards. Silencing people is for cowards. Just because you can't come up with a valid argument, no one's problem but yours. Okay, let's get on to this argument. Oh my god. Article. I'm just going to read through it. Take what you will from it. I'm sure you guys might take what I will too, but let's just go over this because I found this a little strange. So this article here says, if it will ever load, there we go. Black woman attacked by men wielding lighter fluid, racial slurs. An 18-year-old black woman says she was attacked with lighter fluid and flame early Wednesday morning by white men yelling racial slurs. She sustained second and third degree burns. Althea Bernstein works as an EMT while studying to be a paramedic and a firefighter. Yeah, paramedic and firefighter. No lowering of the PT qualifications there, but I'll continue. She says she was on her way to her brother's house at around 1 a.m. Wednesday when she reached a stoplight on Gorham Street near State Street in downtown Madison. She doesn't remember for sure which intersection it was, but she's an EMT training to be a paramedic and firefighter. I'm assuming at some point in her life, if she already hasn't, she may one day drive an ambulance. Call me crazy, but I want a person who's driving the ambulance to have a lot of fucking situational awareness, sorry. And I would like them to know what street they're on all the time. All the time. They need to know where they are at all times because they are driving to an emergency. I'll continue. I was listening to some music at a stoplight, and then all of a sudden I heard someone yell the N-word really loud, she said in an interview Wednesday. I turned my head to look, and somebody's throwing lighter fluid on me. And then they threw a lighter at me, and my neck caught on fire, and I tried to put it out, but I brushed it up onto my face. I got it out, and then I blasted through the red light. I just felt like I needed to get away, so I drove through the red light and just kept driving until I got to my brother and Middleton. I'm assuming it's brother in Middleton, but okay. Somebody threw lighter fluid on her. All right. A police incident report says the assailants used a spray bottle to spray lighter fluid in her face. So let's just discuss this for a minute here. They were standing far away, I'm assuming. Now I wasn't there, but they were standing fairly far away if they had to yell the N-word really, really loud. And not only that, did they throw it or did they use a spray bottle? Because there's a big fucking difference. Now, I highly doubt they threw it, so let's go ahead and go with the spray bottle and call me crazy. But if they were that far away, well, even if they walked up, your standard spray bottle, it really, especially if it's at the spray setting, it doesn't really spray that far. I mean, unless they found some way to put it into, like, I don't know, a fucking wasp spray can. But I don't really think that happened. Just like I don't think any of this happened. But I'll continue. She said she's reasonably certain that it was 4 white men, who looked like classic Wisconsin frat boys. Can someone please tell me what a classic Wisconsin frat boy looks like? Now, I'm assuming that classic Wisconsin frat boys might like their cheese, don't you know? But I don't know exactly what one would look like. 2 of them were wearing all black, and the other 2 were wearing jeans and a floral shirt, she said. She said the way they walked made her think they were intoxicated. So I'm assuming they yelled the N-word, then staggered over to her and sprayed her at the corner of an intersection of 2 streets that she doesn't fucking exactly remember, and she is reasonably certain that they were white, and 2 just so happened to be wearing Boogaloo Boy Hawaiian shirts. Okay. She said she was aware that protests had been happening, but wasn't participating. Bullshit. Protests following the arrest of Yeshua Musa were just winding down at around 1 a.m. Wednesday. Okay, they just so happen to be winding down as you are driving at 1 a.m. on Wednesday. Okay, let's continue. In recent weeks, far-right counter-protesters have attended and disrupted Black Lives Matter protests wearing, you guessed it, those pesky Hawaiian-style floral shirts. Bernstein said she was able to drive to her brother's and back home without significant pain because she was in shock, something she sees in other people regularly. I have had patients in shock, and I know what shock is based on the textbook. From witnessing it firsthand or what you've read in a textbook, I don't understand that statement. Maybe one of you guys can clarify that for me. She said, "It's so incapacitating, you don't even realize what's going on. My brain still got me home, and my brain still got me to call my mom. I just remember my face was bleeding." 2nd and 3rd degree of burns, folks. And her face was bleeding. Please, do a Google search right fucking now and tell me that burns, when you first get them, right when you get them, even for hours after you get them, bleed. Burns do not bleed. Anyhow. Bernstein said her mother told her to call their healthcare provider, and the nurses on the line there told her she should call an ambulance. They were just like, wait a minute, will you say that again? What's happening? And I was like, yeah, I got a little toasted, she said. Sounds like she's fucking just in terrible shock there. Makes people talk really weird and say like a lot. She opted to drive herself to the UW Hospital Emergency Department rather than call for an ambulance as the nurse suggested. I feel like fire and EMS workers make the worst patients, she said. Yeah, if they're fucking liars, they do. All right. Once there, she had to go through a decontamination routine to get the lighter fluid off her skin as it was continuing to burn her. Okay. As it was continuing to burn her. I've had Zippo lighters, and I know that, yes, you can get a burn from overfilling your Zippo lighter. If you're a dumbass like me and putting it in your pocket, okay, you will get a burn on your skin. It's not that bad. All right. Speaking of lighters, I got to go back here for a minute because I forgot to mention something in my rambling, and it was the fact that they threw the lighter at her, and it caught her on fire. You know, Zippo lighters are pretty fucking wind resistant. Not entirely, but good enough. And Bic lighters are not. And there's no way in fucking hell you're going to throw a Scripto or a Bic lighter, or probably even a Zippo lighter that you're willing to part with, at a person and have it catch them on fire because it's still lit. Just saying. This case would be closed rather quickly. All you got to do is provide said lighter that miraculously flew through the air while lit and caught you on fire after you were sprayed or had lighter fluid thrown on you. Okay, I'll go back down now. So she's burned and she has to get decontaminated. There was this guy, and he washed my hair and scrubbed my back, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not that bad. I'm going to have to come here more often for a shower, she said. Oh, fucking call me crazy, dude. Does that sound like somebody who's in shock who just got set on fire? Then the painful part began. They had to pretty much scrub the skin off, which was extremely painful, she said. Burn pain is something I can't really describe. I don't know how to describe it. It was horrible. Well, you just fucking described it, but anyway. And it's not over yet. She will have appointments every few days to repeat the procedure and will eventually need plastic surgery to repair the damage. That doesn't even look like burns to me. I'm not gonna fucking lie, okay? It looks like road rash. Looks like she may have taken some sandpaper to herself. Allegedly. I'm not saying she did, but it just seems a little strange. Bernstein said she was not advised to contact the police right away because she was high as a kite on pain medication. Okay. She finally got home at around 6 Wednesday morning and called the police later in the day. She said she was told they wouldn't be able to take a statement because they were too busy preparing for protests, but that they would investigate. So the cops wouldn't even talk to her, because they were just too busy with the protests. I got to go back up again, because now that I'm reading this a second time, there's other things that just aren't making sense to me. Okay, so if she was at the hospital, she was only at the hospital for a very short amount of time. This must be a killer hospital with absolutely no wait to get her in and out that quickly. And I would assume that if you had second and third degree burns on your body, they would hold you for more than 5 hours. And being that she got out of there at 6 a.m, and this happened supposedly at 1 a.m, and she wasn't even there that long anyway, or she didn't go until quite a bit later, I just don't see them letting her go within 5 hours, but I digress. Okay. Sorry, I gotta find my spot. Okay, in an email Thursday, a Madison police spokesman confirmed that Bernstein had called police and had taken a statement Thursday morning. According to the police incident, investigators are looking at surveillance images to see if the assault was captured on camera. I'm willing to bet like the lighter, they're not going to find shit. She said, beyond the physical pain is the pain of being a victim of a racist attack in her hometown. Well, you don't know if it was racially motivated. I mean, supposedly they used a racial slur, but supposedly they also threw a fucking lit lighter at you also. But I'm not going to read the rest because she's just going on and on. But let's go to another part here. So, Bernstein said she and her family don't need financial support at this time. A GoFundMe campaign seeking to raise $10,000 for medical and legal expenses if they choose to was not authorized by the family, a family spokesperson said. I wonder why they wouldn't want legal expenses and medical expenses paid for. And that's a little curious to me. Rather than donate to support her directly, she said she wants people to sign the petitions, support the movement, support Black lives. And that's that. Now, I wasn't there, but that whole thing seems rather odd to me after the recent thing with Bubba Wallace. Just seems a little more odd. And you can actually watch a video of her talking, and I'm sorry, but she seems rather cavalier for someone who just experienced something that was so traumatizing that, as she stated in the article, a part that I didn't read, that one incident will now leave a bad memory within her that took away every good memory that she ever had in that town. Memories of farmers markets that she went to on that street. That street, of course, that she went to farmers markets every week on since she was a child, that she now no longer remembers the names of the intersections in order. But okay, I just wanted to throw that out there. Let me know what you guys think. I thought it was rather fucking odd, but just like any type of false allegation when it comes to rape or other things, yeah, Bubba Wallace, Jesse Smollett, these people should be prosecuted. And if this chick here is lying and committing a hate crime hoax, which hoaxes seem to be turning out to be a thing more often than not lately, and people are getting away with it. Yeah, call me crazy, but those are the types of things that should have consequences, okay? Not fucking words, actually trying to ruin people's lives by claiming they physically harmed you. Not saying mean things, downright lies about people. That's the type of speech that needs consequences. Keep those things in mind. But let me know what you guys think. Seriously, I just think this is weird. You have a good weekend.